Hi, good morning, good evening, whatever it is over there. My name is Shir Kalmon, and today we're going to do an oral presentation for English course Mitkadmim Bet in Open University. We're going to start by presenting the title of the text. So the title of the text is the original Grimm's Fairy Tales versus the current edition is the original suitable for children. That's the main title of the text, and it was written by Dan Zhao. It was written somewhere between fall 2019 to winter 2020, and it belongs to the Southern Eastern Review of Journalism History. I'm going to start by talking a little bit some general idea of the text itself. So the text gives us a very interesting comparison and shows us the contrast between the first edition of the Grimm's fairy tales to some of the versions in between and to the latest version of the Grimm's fairy tales, and actually gives us some very detailed explanation of why the first edition is not actually suitable for children. I want to give one example that's shown in the text, which was for me was a really interesting and a horrific example of why it is not actually suitable for children. And that's part of the main idea of the text. So it actually talks about the mother of Snow White, which actually orders a huntsman, tells the huntsman to go and stab her daughter. She actually persuades him to actually go and do it. And she wants him, after she's dead, to actually show her proof that she's actually dead. So she's asking him for a proof of death by giving her the liver of her daughter. So that's what he's actually going and doing. He's actually taking her liver and gives her to Snow White's mom. That's a very horrific moment over here, a very violent moment, which actually shows about other similar moments, and it actually shows why it is really not suitable for children, and that's what the writer is actually trying to present in this text. Other categories that are inside the first edition, according to the text, we can see all kinds of cannibalism, sexual activity, all kinds of violence, different kinds of abuse, and that actually shows very diversified and very different stories that are happening inside the first edition of the Grimm's fairy tales, and it actually shows why it is not suitable for children. If we're going to go and look at Maman 15 texts for a second, and that's actually the surprising history of the Grimm's fairy tales. So the Maman 15 text, the Maman itself, shows a very general idea of each and every edition, but it doesn't go into the details, the small and specific details of why it is not suitable for children. And the text that we're actually talking about right now, which is the original Grimm fairy tales versus the current edition, shows a very specific and detailed idea of why it is not suitable for children. So in conclusion, I can say that after reading the text, if I have a kid right now, I wouldn't want to read him anything coming from the first edition of the Grimm's fairy tales, and this is why it shows that the text actually gives us a very interesting idea over here, and it teaches us a lot about the first edition of the Grimm's fairy tales. That's about it. I want to thank you for listening, and I wish you a beautiful morning or beautiful evening, whatever it is over there. Thank you so much.